Don't you just love a good waterfall? Of course you do. And don't you just hate it when you spend hours and hours looking online for a good one, finally come across something that looks like it's going to be amazing, then you head out, spend hours trekking all the way to it, only to get there to realize it's a complete catfish? Oh, you have got to be kidding me. What is this? What are you doing? My name is Justin and I'm about to save you all of the hassle of being waterfall catfish, because this is the top 10 absolute no questions asked waterfalls that you have to visit whilst you're in North Queensland. How do I know this? Because I've actually been to them all. Well, apart from one of them, but I'll get onto that later. And if you stick around to the end, there is a bonus round, so make sure you hang about for that one. Let's get into it. So we're going to start at the bottom of the list and work up. Now, although the bottom of the list is the worst, it's still the worst of the best, so still worth visiting. Anyway, it's Barron Falls and it's in Kuranda. I've actually been here twice now and it's impressive, don't get me wrong, but the fact that you can't get in to swim in the waterfall because there's too many crocodiles and you can't really get to the top of it because the access to that part isn't very good, sort of push it down the list a little bit. However, general accessibility is very good. You can drive right up to the viewpoint and you can also get to it via the Cairns Sky Rail. So plus marks for that, but definite negative marks for the crocodiles. So in at number 9 is the Crystal Cascades. Now it is the closest one to the northern city of Cairns. It's only about a 10-minute drive from the city. And then when you get there, it's about a 15-minute walk to the waterfall itself. It's a super easy walk. It's all paved all the way, nice and easy. And you can swim in the water here. There isn't actually that much space to sit on the rocks nearby, but you can still get very close. And you can also jump off the rocks into the water if you want as well, but just be careful. The only thing letting this one down is, well, it's just a bit small and it's not really that impressive. The fact that it's crocodile free 99% of the time does give it a lot of bonuses though. But like I said, there actually isn't that much space to sit nearby and relax, so that's another reason why it's dropping down on this list. In at number 8 is Paronella Park. Now this is a place which is about 30 minutes just out of Innisfail, and it's actually an old castle which at the time was leading the way in modern technologies, and they still actually use some of that technology to this day. But the castle has a magnificent waterfall in the middle of it. You can't swim in the waters because, again, there's too much of a risk of crocodiles, which is kind of a recurring theme here in North Queensland. Anyway, they've actually built a bridge over the top of the waterfall so you can walk across that and get quite a unique perspective. Also, there are some chairs and things nearby so you can sit down, have a bit of a picnic and just enjoy the view. So we're already a few falls into this list and I've definitely already saved you at least 3 disappointing trips out. I wish somebody had done the same for me. I mean, I would have definitely tapped the like button on that video. Tap the like button. So number 7 on the list sees you join me from a new location, because somehow I managed to forget about Emerald Creek Falls when filming this the first time. It's about 1 hour and 15 minutes outside of Cairns and it's quite close to Davies Creek Falls. And hopefully you won't have the same issue I did when trying to get there, where I had to drive through a bushfire. But once you actually get to the car park, it's only about a 20-minute walk to the waterfall itself. It's a nice easy walk. And once you get there, there are plenty of pools to play in. They're nice and deep and there's a rope swing so you can swing off that and jump into the water if you want. There is loads of rock area for you to sit on and relax. The waterfall itself is quite small, but it's really nice to look at. So just sit down, relax and enjoy the sunshine, which is something that I am lacking today. So where are all the Peter Andre fans out there, and why should you wash your hair with herbal essences? Well, this next waterfall is Milla Falls, made famous for its advert appearances and of course the fact that Peter Andre filmed part of the Mysterious Girl music video here. So this waterfall is famous on a global scale and you got to come here, make sure to take some nice pictures, maybe even do the little hair flick for the Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, make sure you're following me on there as well, because you'll see exactly what content is coming up before anybody else. Okay, so we're heading to Milla Falls and access to this one is amazing. You just park at the car park, you don't have to do a massive 2-kilometer hike, you just pop down the stairs and there you go. The waterfall itself is pretty picture perfect, but one thing you'll notice when you get there is actually probably a little bit smaller than you imagine. Anyway, it's got a nice pool in there you can swim in. The rocks on the bottom are pretty uncomfortable and the water can be freezing at times. Oh, it's cold. But it's definitely worth to go there to get the pics for the gram and follow me. So often in videos people ask you to subscribe but not really give you anything worth subscribing for. So I'm going to show you a little clip of me doing a Peter Andre impression and that's got to be worth subscribing for. Here you go. Right, you know what to do now. Subscribe. Okay, halfway through the list now and we're getting into the top 5. So in at number 5 is Barron Falls with the Clamshell Falls. Now, it's about 45 minutes outside of Cairns, and when you visit here, there is also another fantastic bonus, but I'll get onto that in a minute. And honestly, the walk to this waterfall is probably my least favorite walk to any waterfall I've ever done, because the path feels like it's never going to end. It's just straight forever. You go up and down and up and down and up and down. But there are some places you can stop at along the way to the waterfall, but they're not really worth anything because the main waterfall is stunning. It's kind of that picture perfect, multiple stream, multiple drop kind of waterfall. It's all out in the open, which means you can clamber onto the rocks, but do be careful because they can be slippery when they're wet. But just go steady and you'll be absolutely fine. So you can just lay here and bask in the sun like there's no tomorrow. But don't forget, you have got that awful walk to do all the way back to the car. But that takes me on to the little bonus at the end, because when you leave Barron Falls, you'll get an amazing, and I mean amazing, view of Walsh's Pyramid, which is the largest freestanding natural pyramid in the entire world. So yes, you guessed it, pull over and snap another pic for Instagram before you head back onto the highway. So just missing out on the top 3, in at number 4 is Josephine Falls. This one is nestled in the rainforest just near Innisfail, and it's a cascading waterfall, and it's like a waterfall playground here. Go in, you can go up and down the water slides, up. If you're magic, you can go up the water slides. There's not really much else to say about this one, apart from it's different to the rest because there's more areas to sit, relax and play in. The only reason it's not any higher up on the list is because of the bloodthirsty mosquitoes that live there that did this to me. Exactly. Things are getting exciting now. In at number 3 is Nandroya Falls. Now it's a 2.7 kilometer hike from the car park, and along the way you'll pass something called Silver Falls. But trust me, that is not the one you're coming here for. Carry on down the trail and you'll arrive at Nandroya, which is insane. It is a stunning single drop waterfall with a huge pool in the bottom that you can swim in. It's pretty secluded, so it doesn't get that busy, and I can find hiking through the rainforest pretty boring at times, but take it from me, this one is worth it. In at number 2 is Davies Creek Falls. Now this one is about an hour and a half outside of Cairns, and the road can get a little bumpy at times towards the end, but it's absolutely worth it. This waterfall is beautiful. You can get in and swim. It has a natural infinity pool. You can get in and get right to the edge of the waterfall if the water isn't raging at the time, which luckily enough I was able to do. And when you do, you'll get a lovely view of the rainforest. You'll be almost oblivious to the fact there's a 70-meter drop just inches in front of you. It's a great place to go and just chill out. The only downside is getting to the flat rocks on the top to chill out can actually be pretty difficult. There's a lot of rocks you have to clamber over and jump between gaps, but once you get there, it'll be well worth it, and I can't really help you out with a route on this one. You're just gonna have to figure that out by yourselves. Okay, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. In at number 1 is Windin Falls. Now, although I don't really enjoy hiking to waterfalls, and this one is a 5.5 kilometer hike each way, it is worth every single step. Now, the area at the top to sit is not that big, so watch your step, but the views, oh my God, the views. They're unbelievable. You're literally just stood on the top of this waterfall, looking down into this valley in the rainforest. It's so insane. There is a small pool at the top you can get in and get onto some different rocks for better pictures, but be very, very careful here. The drop is over 100 meters and people have died here. But this one is unique because you don't normally see waterfalls from the top looking down, and the views are just, well, insane. You have to have this on your list of places to go whilst you're traveling in North Queensland. So Windin Falls, along with a lot of the other ones on this list, I've actually been to and made specific videos for on my channel. So make sure you go and check those out. You'll get a bit more information and you'll get to see way more of the whole experience of visiting that fall. Right, so the mystery one that I haven't actually been to yet is Windin Falls. Now, I couldn't make this video without mentioning it because it is the largest single drop waterfall in the whole of Australia, over 260 meters from the top to the bottom. I had to mention it on this list. I can't rank it yet because I haven't actually been there, but I am going there, and you need to make sure that you are subscribed with that bell notification turned on so that you don't miss that video when it comes out. Go on, click it. Thank you. And the bonus location is Babinda Boulders. Now, I'm not sure if this is technically a waterfall or not. I mean, it is water flowing downhill over some rocks, Anyway, in the fashion that it has done so has caused the rocks to be carved out into some beautiful formations. There's actually also quite a large pool there you can swim in as well, so make sure to add this as a stop if you're passing by. And you're now armed with some super useful information on what are the waterfalls that you need to visit when you come to North Queensland. Now, I know this video has been super helpful for you guys, and thank you so much for watching, liking and subscribing. It really helps out the channel a lot. You can now go and check out the video I made on the #1 waterfall on this list just here. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, and I will see you guys in, well, a few seconds. Bye-bye. Back to Mama for a cocktail. Bioluminescent plankton of Cambodia.